Well, I need to work on my little John Deere yard mower. Obviously got a flat tire, and main issue is the deck is dang near all the way on the ground. Maybe an inch and a half at the back here. But when you're looking at it, we're almost all the way pulled up off the ground. So we need to adjust it first with these nuts. Never mind, I guess John Deere is metric these days. Anyway, we need to tighten it up first and see if that corrects it. If not, then we'll keep scouring the internet for more information. But from what I can tell first, we just need to adjust these up, and then we'll reassess from there. All right, so 5/8 wasn't it. Maybe it's 15. Let's find out. Let's see here. Yep, that's the one. We got a ways to go. So maybe just a few turns and then we'll count threads and come back. Before everybody gets up in arms, I just checked something. I'm looking at it. So I have these holes over here. However, oh wait, it's kind of oblong. Dang, maybe it won't work. Okay, well, we'll go back to what we were doing here and thread it up first, readjust and see where we're at. But man, I thought that was gonna be it right there. That was gonna be a quick little easy one, but we'll see. So with adjusting the nuts, I have effectively brought it to right around where I want it to be. And I had to come up and do the front one, which I'm realizing does adjust the front of it, which is how I'm going to attack the grass more or less, meaning you want the front to be a little bit higher than the back, so that way you're not just pushing grass over and then not actually cutting it. And I might have to adjust that nut back and then move it to the more forward position. I'm sorry, not the forward position, the aft position right here, the back. However, I'm realizing something else. I need to replace the belt. So I'm gonna go ahead and detach it from everything under here. And we're gonna swap out this belt. Fairly certain these bolt heads right here are probably a 10. And because of the nature of this little yard mower, can't really get to all of them. They're back here hidden. And it would be way easier to do all this with it first a little bit cleaner and with easier to access. So I need to pull it apart a little bit to fix it. So we got these these first two out. They are a 10mm head. Initially it had a 6-inch extension, but that won't clear. You just do it with the little stubby. That won't work either. So it looks like about the 3-inch one works because you got to get around this pulley. And we're just loosening it up. And of course, they're down in pockets full of rust. So these probably will need a little anti-seize, to be honest, even though it's steel and steel for future maintenance. I've disconnected everything, but the way it's designed, I'd have to unbolt it. And honestly, I'm being too lazy about this and don't want to do that. So I'm going to fix it from right here, clean it up. Everything has grease fittings on here, which is actually really nice. I was very surprised by that when I was looking around it. And so we'll get this cover off. And you can see that everything needs to be cleaned. Yikesies. Okay. All right, we'll get all this clean first, and then we'll come back. So, sweet Lord. So, we got the grease gun out. I greased the pulley and head on the other side, but looking under here, there's a bracket right there. Holds the retainer spring for the actual clutch engagement on this. So someone's been in here before, or it's a bad design from John Deere, and they have the Zerk fitting on the inside. Now, what that would entail is having to get up under here. Oh, it might actually do it. Oh no, it won't. It's too much of an angle. But it could work. So now I'm intrigued to see if I can make it work. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to loosen these bolts, drop it down, and then turn it and rethread it. I probably will turn it though, because I think that'd be better in the future, because there's no way I'm gonna blindly find that under the tractor if I'm mowing it in the yard and I need to grease it. If I could pull this cover off right that goes right here and just grease it from, let's say, you know, this side right here, I think that'd be way better. So we'll probably just do that instead. I had a beautiful thought of using like a 5-inch 10mm wrench. Then that didn't work. So Easy Red, can't really read it anymore, but it's a 20A. It's an extendable headed 3/8 ratchet. And this is, honestly, these Easy Reds, I have some Snap-ons, I have some Huskies. There's a different video where I've used my Husky that I keep in my truck. But these Easy Reds, oh my gosh, they are just the freaking best. Let's see if we can get that out though. Oh yeah, we can. Okay, good. Sweet Lord. Jeez, these are tight. I don't want to break them. A little bit at a time. Alright, there we go. Damn, it's just a rust bucket up under here. See, the paint's just coming off. So we'll figure this whole thing out, get it running. Also, just tested the new belt versus the old one. Easily 6 inches short. So either the old one was too short, and that's what aided in tearing it, or this new one is too long. But it says 42-inch deck, and that's a 42-inch deck belt for the new one. So, me no know. No say. But we'll figure it out. Oh my gosh. Alright, we'll come right back. Alright, got all of them out. Blew it out with the air compressor. Got some anti-seize right here. And now we'll just line up those holes wherever they are. Oops. There's one right there. And we'll tighten them back in and continue. But, yeah. Yard tractors, big tractors, all of them. So much fun. I genuinely do love tractors, but some days it's like, Jesus, man, what are we doing? All right. It's way cleaner under here. You can see all the dirt and dust everywhere and everything that I've already blown over into the dirt over here. I still need to fix that tire, but we'll get to that last. All right, we got them started. You can see a little bit of anti-seize on there. It's all over my fingers and now my camera. But we got them started, all of them, even back in there. You can see them real good. But we have the Zerk fitting facing out, and this right here is the easiest way to get to it. Now, do I have a cover right here? Yes. Will I probably end up cutting a hole? Maybe, maybe not. Not really certain yet. But because this sticks out so far on this side, we definitely want to have the cover just for safety, and because I have small kids around, animals, so don't want any of them getting hurt for no reason. So we'll keep cleaning up. I cleaned up the threads before I put the anti-seize on there. It wasn't like rust removed, it was just scraping the threads clean. Cleaned out in here so that way any water or anything can drain out. That's the whole reason, is if water gets in here, it's supposed to drain down right through here. But as you can see before, it didn't happen. And now we'll get up in there and turn it the right way, actually. But now that we have all four started, it's not necessarily a big issue to go around evenly. I'm sure someone on the internet will tell me that I am an idiot, as usual, because the internet loves to do that. So, to each their own, and it is what it is. We're all out here learning together, are we not? Maybe we're not, I don't know. I don't know what's politically correct anymore. It doesn't even make sense these days. But these are already going in way smoother. With the NECs on there, I get a strong feeling I'm going to end up replacing this eventually. So, this bearing, I'm going to grease it, but I'm fairly certain it wasn't greased for a while. And just the way that this poor tractor is treated, I'm certain I'll forget about grease here or there. So eventually I'll have to replace it. And at least I thought of myself in the future here. Look, kids, being selfish can be helpful at times. My own equipment, I'll be able to fix it later. So I'll get this tightened up and then we'll get to the belt. And before the internet chastises me that I just put it on, didn't grease it. You can at least hear me run and get in there. You gotta pull it up and look at the underside, but the best way to help with these is, oh no, I'm turning my blade on the ground. Oh no. Doesn't matter, this dang thing hits rocks and trees and stumps and every other thing that's in the ground. That should be alright. A little bit of grease gets everywhere, doesn't really matter. So before you can get your belt on, there's a couple more 10mm bolts you gotta get to. And what they do right here is they just slide over and ride just next to this part of the pulley. So that way it keeps you from jumping your belt. So I got one there, here, and on this side. I think I got one over there I gotta do. But that way we can pull this belt on and see what's going on. I am fairly certain this is too big, but we gotta loop everything up correctly first before we truthfully determine if it is wrong or not, and then we'll hook up the front again. So I'll show you in a second. Prime example right here where you do need a little extension just for this specific one right here. So, fun. Tons of dirt around it. So now we can run that belt. Looks like there's supposed to be another bolt, but I doubt it. All right, let's run this belt real quick and see what's going on here. So this one has to sit around it like this. And then it turns. All right, I gotta set the camera down. We'll come back once we route it here in a second. So, we have some issues. I'm fairly certain yeah, there's no way that's how it works. Yeah, that's too tight. So it wraps around that one, it's supposed to come around this one. These two up front are supposed to keep it tight with the motor. Because technically this is always spinning. Because that's the engine. So that one was all twisted up though down there, so let me figure this out somehow. It's much better ground clearance than it was before. So for right now, we'll just try to fill up that other tire, then top all these off and grease the front steering linkages, because they have, where is it? There's a Zerk fitting somewhere on there. Oh, there it is. There's one down here somewhere. There it is. So we'll get all this together and get it fired up, and then I guess I gotta go buy a different belt. Because this one says 42 inch, 42, wait. I see, okay. Nope, that's standard layout right there. Well, back to Tractor Supply, find the right one. But it's getting late in the day, I probably have to do that tomorrow. Either make this one video depending on how long it is, or this might have to be two, but it's like picking a scab on this thing. Just can't get enough of it. All right, back to what we're doing. Let's get back to that other wheel. And a reminder, you'll need a 10 millimeter, a 15 millimeter to adjust your deck height. Little 3-inch extension, 6-inch, 3/8 ratchet. Up to you if you use anti-seize, but then you also need a grease gun, handgun, whatever you want to use. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say that. A hand pump grease gun. You don't really need a metric set of sockets, but it's helpful. And then it looks like, before we get to the other side, just one big circlip, a couple of bearings. We'll check to make sure those are greased. And then we will try to get the other tire inflated. I don't have really any high hopes for it. I don't even think I have a ratchet strap to do my thought process, but we'll give her a shot. And then, yeah. Reason I'm trying to clean this and make it look better is just because I want to respect my equipment. At the same time, go watch Andrew Camarada's video of him burning down his excavator. It's a good reason to start cleaning up your equipment. You can see I put some anti-seize on these ones right here for the cover just for now, just to protect it. It sits out here in front of my garage. It's not gonna get stolen or anything, but I also don't want to just get extra weathered for no reason being open to the air. And then we'll go back to peeling this real quick down here, sorry. I'm pretty sure this is lead based. I would sure hope so. I'm just kidding, it's not. It's made of asbestos instead. All right, got the circlip off. Just needle nose pliers in your hand. Just spread the pliers out like that, and then just, you can tap it. There are 2 washers right here. I want to get the orientation correct. If you can, just set them down the way you take them off, meaning this is how it goes on to the axle. That's how you take it off. This one goes on, then that one, then the circlip. Now we can try and pull this off. See, we have a little dust cap there. Dust shield, bone dry. It's okay though. Doesn't matter. I'm not really worried about that right now. See, maybe, I don't know, the front of this mower is probably a little over 100 pounds. Just grabbed a jack stand from the garage and shoved it on up there. I didn't shove. Picked it up, cut my finger, but whatever. Recommend a jack. Currently can't find mine. Either way. Let's get back to the task at hand. Getting air into this tire. So we are going to try and find a ratchet strap amidst all of my crap. And I'm going to try and ratchet it around it as tight as we can. We have to take up about, like 2.5 inches down here. Looks like this bead is still set. So we'll try to keep that one set. And then from there, try to get this side to seat. Ooh, never mind. It is not set. I thought it was. Yikes. Okay. So I went scrounging through my yard and the bed of the truck. Couldn't actually find any ratchet straps right this minute. I guarantee I didn't look that hard, but either way, went over to my equipment trailer and that had big old tie-down straps that were not going to wrap around this easily enough. So I turned the corner by one of my other trucks and remembered I had these. They're already beaded, beads seated, seat beads, whatever. They're holding air, kind of. So now to determine if they're good or not. Actually, I'll put the spray nozzle back on. We'll clean these off real quick. And we'll see. This one doesn't have much tread. That one has a really good tread. This one has okay tread. So we're gonna shoot for this one for now, until we can fix that one. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so just pump both of them up to 30 pounds. And as I had suspected, this one, I don't know if you can hear it. There it is right there. Yep, found a leak. That's okay though. Got full-size spares. So we can get that one repaired and then clean it up and have another full-size spare. Because this is just gonna be cutting out at the ranch, really, just around the entrance gate and around the house. So it's not needing to be a turf saver. It probably needs studs, honestly, but it's okay. I'll mark this tire. I'll grab a Sharpie, mark where I found the first leak, and it's gonna need a tire anyway, but just in case we have to repair it at some point, at least I'll be able to find it. So we'll do that. I'll mark it, and then we'll get, it looks like this one is holding air like I thought. The medium wear one. So clean it up a little bit. Actually, it's a yard tractor, what do I care? Grease it up a little bit, put it back on, and I think this thing will be able to run down the road. Well, now we're back under, and I've been scraping it clean under here. And we can see why that one bolt just wasn't moving and then was moving when I was taking it out. Oh, man. Well, for now, we're gonna leave it. I mean, 3 holding it in there is fine. That's not what's balancing it, it's what's in here, so. These blades are extremely just dull. They are wore out. So if I get a chance, I'll throw a grinder to them and just clean them up a little bit. But other than that, we're just gonna leave them. Get all this crap off of here, and damn, even this wheel is all bound up. All kinds of crap coming out of there. All right, well, I'll get this tractor moved now. Finish pumping up the rest of the tires. They're holding, so safe for right now. We're good. Clean this up and get a new belt. That's really all she needs for right now. Well, ending out part 1. Oh, wow, look at that. I found it right there. Alright, well. Grab the Sharpie. We'll end it out here. If you like anything I'm doing, I guess go ahead and follow, like, subscribe, whatever. The YouTube algorithm, blah, 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 all that stuff. I've got stuff to do. Bye-bye.